Did you know that one of the largest non-nuclear explosions in human history was triggered by a boat crash? And one guy with a telegraph machine saved an entire trainload of people from being vaporized. It happened in Canada. Yeah, not a war zone, not a battlefield, just a quiet harbour in Halifax, Nova Scotia. December 6, 1917. Two ships, the SS Mont-Blanc, a French cargo ship packed with 2,125 tons of explosives, picric acid, TNT, benzol and gun cotton, and the SS Imo, a Norwegian relief ship. They collided at 8:45 a.m. in the Narrows of Halifax Harbour. The Mont-Blanc caught fire instantly. But here's the twist. No one knew what was inside. As smoke billowed into the sky, crowds gathered to watch the burning ship drift toward the pier. School kids pressed their faces to windows. Dock workers stood frozen. And just a few blocks away, at the Richmond train station, a 45-year-old telegraph operator named Vince Coleman realized something terrifying. A passenger train, the number 10 from St. John, was barreling toward Halifax. It was due in minutes, and the tracks ran straight into the blast zone. So what did Coleman do? He stayed. While everyone else ran, he sat at his desk and tapped out a message over and over again. "Hold up the train. Ammunition ship afire in harbour, making for Pier 6 and will explode. Guess this will be my last message. Goodbye, boys." He sent it again, and again, and again. Why didn't he leave? Why didn't he run? Because he knew that train carried nearly 300 people, and if it rolled into the station, they'd be dead before they even stepped off. At 9:04 a.m., the Mont-Blanc exploded. The blast flattened 2 square kilometres of Halifax. It shattered windows 80 kilometres away. It created a tsunami that wiped out the harbour front. 1,782 people were killed instantly. Over 9,000 were injured. Entire neighbourhoods were erased. But the train? It stopped. Coleman's message got through. The conductor hit the brakes just in time. Every single person on that train survived. So how come we don't hear about him in history class? Why isn't Vince Coleman's name up there with the greats? Maybe because he wasn't a general or a president. He was just a guy doing his job. A guy who saw danger coming and chose to act, even when it meant certain death. And here's the kicker. That explosion changed everything. It led to the creation of Canada's first national emergency response system. It reshaped international shipping laws, and it taught the world a brutal lesson about the power of industrial warfare. Less than a year before World War I ended. So next time you hear a story about a hero, ask yourself, what does a hero really look like? Sometimes it's a man in a tiny wooden shack, tapping out a message with shaking hands, knowing he won't live to see the train stop. Vince Coleman didn't just save lives. He sent a signal through time, a reminder that courage doesn't always come with medals. Sometimes it comes with a final telegram.